Elie Faraj is a coach, a trader, and a family man. It's a combination. I wouldn't say it's very easy to find it in Dubai, but somehow he made it. And from his platform to his trading journey, he made, I would say, influential figure out of himself. And today, Elie is with us to tell us about his take on the win. We're so happy to have you with us, Elie. Hope everything's fine.
Yes, and first, thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's our pleasure to have you. I've met with you before, we discussed the markets before, but this time maybe we'll dig deep into your own path, your own journey. And I would like to start, and I think that's something that everyone remembers in this industry. Maybe your first trade, the first time you realized, I belong to the markets. I will do that for life.
Well, I think that as everyone, I started in this journey thinking that I would be able to make money quick. Like my first clicks on the market
Okay.
was like a casino. I was expecting something fast. I was expecting that I don't know, we always have this feeling that it will be different with us, right? That we can beat the market.
It's maybe the youth, the
Yes,
ego that we have.
maybe.
We lost that long time ago.
So I started, I think, like most of the people, like trying to do money quick and fast. And I realized it was not possible. Like you need the proper preparation to be with the best traders in the financial markets. What people need to understand that to me, financial markets are made to transfer the money from the prepared people to the people that is not prepared.
How would you describe a prepared trader?
You need to at least, first of all, you need to have the knowledge. There is ton of knowledge right now out there. It's internet era. Like you can find it. Obviously, if you have a coach, it will reduce the path or the time that you will take. And then you need to have the proper practice. The people don't want to practice. The people don't want to do demo trading first. And I always say it's like you are trying to be a professional soccer player and you are not doing the training.
And you're playing against Messi.
You want to be Cristiano Ronaldo in the Real Madrid-Barcelona match, but you are not wanting to have the proper training and the training sessions and training 2 times a day. Like you cannot achieve success like this. So you need to practice and you need to have a process of learning before putting your money in the markets.
So back to the starting point. Why didn't you give up when you realized that maybe you're not that good and that you're making wrong decisions? And when did you realize? Did you have a job that you quit? Did you have a business that were like, okay, no, I'm not going to continue with that. I'll just focus on trading?
Well, actually, I started from scratch. I'm Venezuelan, but I was raised up in Spain. And by that time, it was the financial crisis, the real estate bubble. So we lost almost everything. So, but that time I had to be almost in 3 jobs at the same time to be able to save the money, to learn and start trading. Because by that time, trading was so much different. You could not start with little money. You needed at least a couple of thousands to really. I started with stocks because by that time, what was able to access, let's say that way, it was the most common was stocks. So it was a hard journey. I'm not gonna say that everyone can do it from that situation, but answering your question, I think that what makes me continue, it's that I'm very focused. I'm a tough person when I have something in mind, I am a hyper focus. Like I don't give up, like no matter what. And by that time, when we lost almost everything, I knew that something needs to be done. Like I didn't want to be in that place, and I knew that no one was going to come to save me. I was just me with my mom. That's it. So I needed to do something, and I was always like very charmed by the stock market. I started with stocks, so for me it was like an enigma, like,
Yeah.
and at that time everyone has this feeling that you needed like so much money to start with the stock market, like it was like just for the elite. So to me it was like a dream to be a trader, or to be able to work in the stock market or
Yeah.
something like that. So that's how my journey started, and that's why I didn't give up. But it was not easy. I always say to everyone, like, trading is like any other career, and like any other profession. Like, you need to put the work, and you will have challenges. And trading has something that some professions doesn't have. That trading will test you like never, like
In what sense?
psychological. Like, you need to be able to handle your emotions, because it's all about discipline. People think that trading is like you will learn a secret, like they will teach you the secret strategy. They will teach you something that anyone can teach you. Trading is not about that. Yes, you need the knowledge, that's for sure. But trading is about learn how to deal with yourself. It's learn discipline. It's learn not to take revenge with the market, learn how to handle your emotion, learn risk reward management. That's trading. And people do totally the opposite. They think that it's their knowledge what
Yes.
it's going to make them successful.
And they're greed, and like they need to continue staying in a trade even if it's not the correct one, the ego.
Yes, I think that nowadays society and social media has made the people see trading the opposite way. Trading is not about get money quick. It's not that get rich quick scheme. That's what people think. Trading is not about a secret strategy or a secret way of doing things. It's about practice and manage your emotions and the risk management. People think the opposite.
And I mean, I believe they think the opposite. I was wondering why. Why we have all this huge misconception? Because it is possible to make money quickly, but that possibility is minimal. It's not sustainable, and it's not the first thing that you need to hear or have in mind when discussing trading, because it will just change the whole perspective. Your perspective of trading is not the real one. Yes, you can do. And you maybe, I don't know if during your experience you've seen people making money even though they had no idea what they were doing. And it worked with them. So it'd be like, yeah, it worked with me. So why would I care?
Yes, there is a saying in trading that it's trading is the hardest way to do fast money or to do quick money, right? And talking about what you said, that's true. There is people that have this, let's call it like luck from the start. They do a lot of money, but in my experience, most of the time that's worst, because they get so confident that then when they realize what's the reality of the financial markets, they hit, like they crash so hard. They lose not just everything what they earn, but more.
Yeah.
So this is a game of consistency. It's a game of discipline. It's a game of doing what you need to do, which is starting from the knowledge, practice, and then put your money on the market.
There's no shortcut.
No, it's
No shortcut.
and Farah, why we are trying to give trading a different perspective of any other profession. Like, why you want to have a quick result in trading, but you don't want to have a quick result in being a lawyer or being medicine. You want to go to the court on your first year of learning law or medicine. The first year of career, you want to do a surgery, heart surgery in the hospital.
Yes.
It's not possible in any profession.
Maybe that's something also that we can blame what we would call the influencers in the industry as you are one of them. You are a finfluencer. I said it correctly. And you
I
told
never
me,
I never heard this concept before.
yes, you told me like, I don't know what a finfluencer is. And I told him, Elie, it's you. You're a
Guys,
finfluencer.
I'm a finfluencer.
And meaning an influencer in the financial sector, which you are. And that's a real influence where you are trying to lead people to understand the markets. And I've seen the work, obviously. But then you have this major trend or boom that happened where maybe someone who managed to be lucky or had something positive happening to him or not, by the way, and he is really good in marketing, really good in talking, and then he managed to lure more people into it, and maybe that's also where we started to have this misconception on trading.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Actually, right now, my battle, because I have a huge battle with social media, is trying to separate from these people. Because sadly,
Yeah,
everyone put everyone in the same bag, you
yeah,
know? And it's very hard. It's a pity because in my way of thinking, they are damaging the industry because they are making the people believe that everything it's get rich quick money scheme, the Lambos, the Rolex. That's what they want you to believe.
yeah,
And now you talk about trading in social media immediately. They think that you are one of them. And yes, I'm completely agree with you. The problem right now is that social media has pushed us all this content, all these influencers that are just showing off to make you believe that trading is something fast, quick, and that you can just do 3 to 4 clicks
yeah.
and you're already doing millions.
You have your house in
Yeah.
pawn.
So in my case right now, I'm having a very hard battle. I don't know if you know, but I right now I am like 2 months without even posting any reel because I'm having a hard time to say like how I separate from these people. Like I don't want to be related with them. So it's a interesting situation we are right
Yeah,
now.
especially in Dubai. I also wanted to ask you what brought you to Dubai? How come you are here? And I think overall, Dubai is a place where if you really want something, you can get it. Tax, for example, is so much flexible than other places that it brings more money into the city. You can dream big in Dubai, you can grow fast. So, on the other side, seeing maybe a bit of, I would say, not a show off, but it can be a show off, especially some influencers using, leveraging what Dubai has to offer to create the image that they did it on their own and that you can do it in just a couple of clicks. How can you tell, and especially if you're already at war, how can you tell those watching you now? How can you tell the difference between a real influencer and a fake influencer? Is there like points, signs that they can look easily for?
That's a good point because right now, with Dubai growing, we are suddenly in this last year bringing on a lot of people. And sadly, some of them are a lot of these influencers of get rich quick scheme, not just trading, about everything, no?
Yeah.
So, how do you difference? I always say to my audience, ask for um, the list of trades, not just for
Okay.
the day, for the week, for the month, for several months. You can lie showing one trade. You can lie showing 1 day result. You can lie 1 week result, 1 month, even 1 month result. But when you are showing a list of trades of your account, like from your account, you do the account trades and you show live all those. There you can see how the real trading is, risk managing, how are their results, how is he trading. Because the problem nowadays with these influencers is that they are showing you one trade, they are showing you one profit. Everything, it's like just that piece of trade,
I get you.
and that's not the reality of trading. The other thing is that the people don't understand how the business work, and a lot of traders, because I've seen that, they have multiple accounts. So they enter long here, they enter short here, whichever it goes, then I take this trade and I show it to you.
Yes, good point.
So when you have a list of trades, when the trader open his account to you, there is when you can really see who the trader is, because there you will see everything. You will see not just the results. You will see how big are their losses, how big are their profits, how is this risk management, what is he really trading. So I think that's the best way you can do even a follow-up, because if the trader is constantly showing you the same account, you will know the trades. Like
Yes.
internet don't lie, you can do screenshots. You will know it's the same account. So you can do the follow-up and you can know if he's lying or not lying. And this is what I've been doing, by the way, in my social media in the last 3 months and a half. Been showing my list of trades like every week, the whole of it, with my community, and because it's the only way you can bring some kind of reality to the industry. So I think that, to me, that's the best way, because if you are talking about one trade, if you're talking about one analysis, if you're talking, even there are very good influencers, traders, that they do amazing trading view analysis, but then you don't see the trading results. You don't see how they are trading.
Yes.
So everything can be manipulated, but a list of trades in a proper broker like Equiti, in a regulated broker, because that's the other thing. I don't know if I'm getting already too extended in this question, but now we can talk about this. Like, we can have another podcast about this. Like
the broker.
Yes, the broker. What are doing some influencers? They create a broker in, let's say, Curacao, Isla de Man.
A place where you will never reach.
Yes. They just open that account. They have a huge audience, so they push the people there. And obviously, it's market makers, brokers. Therefore, they are not interested in what you do in the broker. They will just keep your deposits. They are preparing you for lose your money.
They benefit when you lose.
Yes, because a market maker broker win when you lose. So they keep your. The whole idea of this is bring deposits, because they know that they will keep these deposits. And if for some reason someone start to earn so much doing trading and they need to pay, they just close the broker and open a new one. But the whole point of this is that if they create the broker, they can manipulate the trade list. They can manipulate the results. True. They can even have a demo account which is showing live. Like, they can do all this kind of stuff. So the other way to check if the trader or the influencer, it's a real trader, if he's showing you the list of trade, even if he's showing you a My Forex books, it have to be from a regulated broker, from a well-known broker, broker that it's not market maker. Very important, because market maker will always work against you, because it's a business situation.
Betting against you
Yes,
somehow.
It's not that they want you to lose, but they win when you lose. So there is a conflict of interest there.
Yeah.
So I think those are nice recommendations for the audience if they want to know or try to investigate who's real and who's not.
And actually, this brings me back to the point to why would you go through the hustle of teaching, coaching, exposing? It takes a lot of energy. And I understand how hard it is, especially to guide a beginner. Sometimes it takes a toll on a person. Like, how can I let them understand all of that? And then you would stop and ask yourself sometimes, why am I doing this? Is it really worth it? I teach them and then they go and do the total opposite and they get greedy. So is there a reason that still keep pushing you?
That's a good question. And I have this battle almost every month, to be honest. But you need to have a purpose. And this is something that someone can understand or not. But when you do enough money, and when I mean enough money, is not being multimillionaire, is having enough to have all the comforts that you need, have your family safe already, because you have your investments that create this passive income that doesn't need from you if something happened to you. What else you will buy? Like, money, there is a level where the money start not to give you more happiness?
It. I will stop you there because it really depends on the characters I've noticed, and this is some people why they have this ego. They always wanted more, but you're the kind of person who's not like that.
Yes, but this ego part, when you get to this point where you don't have a purpose, and that was my point, when you don't have a purpose, when you get to that point where money is not going to make you more happy, you try to make it that way because that's what you have.
Yeah.
So you think that doing more will bring you more happiness, which is not true. And that's why you have a lot of people, artists, famous people, CEOs, that have everything. They are successful. They have all the money in the world, and they are depressed. They are sad. They are not fulfilled. So what I try to explain to the people is that I wish to everyone to have the enough money to understand that there is a point where more money will not make you more happy. You can feel joy going to a luxury place, having don't misunderstand me, I love luxury.
Yeah.
But it will not bring you more real happiness. So you need to have a purpose. To me, it's teaching and trying to help people. I always want to believe that I am changing the life of the people because I'm trying to make them have a proper education in this crazy situation that we have right now. True. With a lot of lies, with a lot of people trying to scam. And to me, it's a purpose. I also, with the money that I am doing with coaching, I do a lot of donations. Like, to me, it's a purpose. You need to wake up in the morning for a reason. What would be your reason? Doing more money? The people believe that, okay, you have all the money. You will, okay, I wake up today, Farah. And what? I go to a beach club. I go to a restaurant. Yes, you can do that for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years. You will get bored. Then you will want more. And then once all these weird situations comes, drugs, addictions, because you're trying to find the rush.
True.
So you need a purpose. I wake up every morning and I have this push that I'm doing something, that I need to teach more people, how I get to reach more audience, how I can help more people. And actually, it's like a small family. We are right now in the community, more than 300 people in the private community. And to me, it's like a family. We are struggling. We are getting mad with the market. We are getting happy. We are going through it together. And it's like you create your club. There is people that have smoking clubs, right? There is people that, so you have a club. You have a group of people that is like your family, and you are going through the financial markets together.
Honestly, Elie, I think there's also something much more deeper in that. I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I can see that what you're trying to do is to help people be free. And I think that's what you felt dealing with the financial markets. Is it true? Are you free because you're a trader, or does it suck you in and you become obsessed and just cannot let go and have a break from the financial markets?
You're maybe right. Like, I come from nothing. So I know what is to get to end of month and bills are coming to your bank and you don't have the money. So trading has been a blessing to me, to my family. So I'm trying every day to give the opportunity to the people to follow not my steps, because I don't want to be, I'm not a guru. I don't want to be the reference from anyone.
Yeah.
But I want to give the opportunity to the people to know this profession and see if it's to them what was for me. Because we can get deep on this also as well. But I think we are in this rat race, right? We are coming to a regular job every day. And if we don't love our job, if you love it, amazing. But if you don't love your job, you are giving your life for someone to profit from you. And you enter in this rat race that you have no option. You need to pay your mortgage, you need to pay your bills, you need to pay every whatever expenses that you have a family, you have responsibility. So you get trapped and your life pass, and your real life is to try to escape from that during the weekends with party, with alcohol, with whatever that could be maybe life from a lot of people. To me, that's not life. You are trapped in this society. They make us believe that that's the way you should live. So giving the opportunity to the people to go out from there and understand that they actually can do it, for me, that's amazing. What's financial freedom for me, as answering your question, is not being multimillionaire. Financial freedom is to have enough money to live how you want, with enough comfort and security, the way you want, how you want. That's for me financial freedom. I will ask a question to all the audience right now. You are well paid, let's say it that way. Because some people say, well, but if I am well paid, I will be happy. Okay, you're well paid. You are high rank in your company. You are able right now to book a ticket for tomorrow, to take your family, to spend 3 weeks, whatever you want. Most people will say no. They depend on a company schedule. They need to ask for holidays. So you're not free. Your time is not yours. So that's financial freedom. It's not to have millions. It's not to be able to buy Bugatti. No. Financial freedom is to be able to be the owner of your time, having enough money, of course, to enjoy life. That's to me financial freedom. So yes, I am financial freedom on my philosophy, because my battle till 1 year, 2 years ago was to create an let's say portfolio of investments that could care of my family if I was not trading.
Okay.
Because I was thinking, okay, if I get sick, what happened? Important. Smart. People, trading, it's a job. Trading will not work. Yes, trading will not do money while you're sleeping. So what my thought after I have my kid has 2.5 years right now. So since I had my kid, my focus was on how I will give them the security if something happened to me, like I don't know. So I started to build investment portfolio, real estate, long-term investment. So nowadays, if something happened to me, if I don't want to trade, they are took care.
Covered.
Yes, they can continue having the same lifestyle we have right now. No issue. You need to set your terms, and you need to take ownership. What I think is that people never take ownership of their lives. They either accept or they either complain, but they don't take action.
And it's so hard also, because it seems like also you're an addict when it comes to your job, when it comes to the lifestyle that the comfort zone that you're in. So yeah, at least having a little bit of understanding of financial markets, investing even for a long term, you're somehow buying your freedom step by step.
Yes, it's you cannot you can get your financial freedom without trading. Like trading is not the only way.
Yeah.
I teach trading because it was to me, and I believe that anyone who also finds in trading something that they love, they can do it. But you can do it with anything, to be honest. You just need to be focused and understand that you need to go out from that rat race. And if you don't, so be happy. Don't complain. Like you chose that. Yes, you chose that. Be happy with it.
Yeah.
We came to this life to be happy. That's the only goal. So be happy. You chose that.
Or at least you're forced into that. So at least have always this grateful, humble, positive perspective towards life.
Everything comes from greatness, for being grateful. Like every day with what you have. I was grateful when I had nothing. And I was just grateful because I was waking up in a bed with a roof. So if you are grateful with what you got, what you have right now, you are prepared to receive the blessings of what is coming after. If you are not grateful with what you have right now, it's very hard to receive blessings in the future.
Yes, some might not accept that simply, but I mean, you're speaking from an experience. You're telling them what you did in order to reach the place you are today. So that also needs to be taken into consideration. Some people just don't like to hear positive stuff, but it does actually work.
And
It
I'm,
does work.
and I'm not trying to convince anyone.
I
Like
get you.
like like I don't want to be seen as a guru or a leader
No,
that is
no, no.
trying to
Just
tell you
someone
what
who's
to
being
do.
positive and trying to preach positivity, maybe because it's also being overdone, that some people just don't want to hear any more positive. And I'm not saying we're not talking about positivity, we're talking about gratefulness, accepting reality. And at least one of the little choice of freedoms that you can do is to be happy when you're somehow have too many things to make you unhappy. So that's also something that makes you stronger, makes you more
Yes,
focused.
I always say to my community that I'm not there to tell them what they want to hear. I'm there to tell them the reality.
Your reality.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. My reality. Like I'm there to tell them what they need, not what they want. It could fit with them or not, and that's why I always say I'm not for everyone. Like everyone can, like you don't need to believe in what I'm telling, but if you do take ownership and take action, that's my advice to anyone. Take action. It doesn't matter. Take action. Imperfect action will take you
Yeah.
faster than
Not doing anything and
hesitating
thinking.
and hesitating and hesitating. You will stay in that mindset for your whole life.
Yeah, true. And actually, I've seen you on social media, I've seen you in real life, and this balance that you have, you're always with family. You have a lot of time to share with your kids, with your wife. You enjoy Dubai, and you're always there to help people, and you're trading. So it can happen to you. It is real. It's happening.
That's life for me. That's life for me. Like
Family and the financial markets.
having time. That's the
Okay.
goal. That's the goal.
Time
Yes,
is freedom.
completely. Like when you have the capacity to decide what to do with your time, then you're free.
So now to the financial markets, the lies, the stories, the trends that might happen also during 2025. We really need your tips for anyone who's listening. So let's start with the major red flags that you can see in the markets right now. And probably right now means the whole 2025. What should traders watch out from? Like tips of major red flags in the market.
Well, we cover like two main ones to check if the trader is real or not. But about the red flags, for me, the main one is if they are trying to sell you from the luxury, like if they are trying, before telling you knowledge, they are showing you a Lambo, a Bugatti, a Rolex, then most probably they will just want to sell you.
Yes, but I mean more in the financial markets and the big players. Now we're no
Okay.
longer talking.
I stayed in the
Yeah.
influencers part. Okay,
Which is
okay,
also an
okay,
influential play, but
okay.
on a high level. Let's say, for example, the influencers in Wall Street, the influencers in the Federal Bank, those who tell us not to worry while we have the treasury yield spiking, those who tell us that the financial markets are doing great, while maybe we're printing a lot of money,
Well, I always
injecting
say
them.
that Jerome Powell is the real influencer of the financial markets. That's
Yes.
the man.
Yeah, and now it's Donald Trump. I think they're betting against you. So
Oh
who's
my
the
God.
best? Who's the strongest?
Guys, put your notifications on
Twitter.
Trump Twitters, Trump tweets or X, and now you saw Jerome Powell has the Federal Reserve has Instagram.
Wow.
You didn't see
So
that?
clear. No, I
He
didn't.
didn't even he even did a reel I saw, like, but it was month ago. So I said like, oh my God, what's going on? Yes, like what I think is happening. First of all, we have a fight between President Trump and Jerome Powell, or Federal Reserve, because Trump, we know his character. He's trying to push bring down the interest rates. On the same time, he is fighting with the tariff, right?
Yes.
He wants that balance to the economy not to slow down. And then we have the Federal Reserve, which they are not willing to crave, let's say that way, to Trump's mandate. They made us believe all our life that Federal Reserve is independent from politics, right? They should be able to have this independence.
Yes.
Is it true? Well, we saw with the Democrats that it was not that independent in some situations. I don't know if we will see the same with Republicans or with Donald Trump. Inflation report came yesterday. It came hot. We are having this rebound on the inflation. We cannot cut interest rates, not in the short term, maybe till summer, unless we see a bounce back, a bounce down, or a retracement. So it will be very interesting to see how Trump will push the Federal Reserve and how Federal Reserve will manage this pressure. What will happen, no one knows. But my belief is that the Federal Reserve will have to hold the rates minimum till summer in order to make the inflation stabilize. But then we have the other part of the economy, which is Meta, JP Morgan, firing people. And guys, when this happens, is because they are preparing to a slowing down in the economy. Like they are expecting to have less, let's say, business or work. So they are firing people, which is not necessarily negative for the stocks in the moment of the firing, because the investor can see it as
better profit.
Yes, and they can see that the company is well prepared for the situation in advance. But in the long term, it means that they are expecting this slowdown. So if we are having this slowdown, or they are expecting this slowdown in the economy, and we have an inflation which is staying high, we have an interest rate that we don't know if they will hold it or not. It's an interesting show. Like, I love it. To me, that's...
As a trader, I love it.
Yes, no, I love markets. I love all these... it's like a telenovela, like a soap opera.
Yes, 100%.
But it's really interesting. So now what we need to be, or what I recommend everyone to be following up, is the health of the economy. Because we need to understand if the economy is holding up with an inflation that is not retracing. So that will be, it is a bomb clock. Let's remember that if we have a quick deceleration, we have a quick slowdown, let's say it that way, and the inflation stay high, we are on risk of stagflation, which I don't believe it will happen.
But do you believe we're in a bubble?
I think DeepSeek was a demonstration that anything can happen. I think they will want to control it. We saw this huge dip in the markets with DeepSeek and then the bounce. If you check the charts, NASDAQ, you throw stones, a bazooka if you want, it's not going down. So I think they will control the bubble, but DeepSeek show how fragile the market is right now, because we are depending on this AI rush, this AI bubble. I don't want to call it a bubble, because this last year showed us how they are fighting to...
How big a bubble can get and we still... And it doesn't pop.
And how they are fighting to artificially keep the markets going.
Yes.
So we are in a digital era where they are playing their cards to keep the market going. So I think, yes, we are overvalued. Like you cannot have a company like NVIDIA with a price in of a growing exponentially on the long term indefinitely. It's priced in already.
Yes.
Like, what happens if a competitor comes and takes some share of the market? That's what DeepSeek
shows.
Yes, like the warning, right? So I think we are overvalued on the AI, but I don't think that they will let the bubble burst. I think that they will try to somehow control it we will have this obviously points of uncertainty. And I believe that the drop that everyone is expecting, when the market will drop, you know me, last year I was more expecting this drop, like huge drop, like 20%, 25%. That's what I would love. And don't get me wrong, not because I like the market to drop. It's just that it will be healthy for the market. But watching what they are doing and the artificial, let's say, way of keeping the markets going, I truly believe that they will just let a 10%, 15%, and then it will keep going, like, or at
It's a
least,
possibility.
or at least keep it in a range. Like maybe we will having these expectations of JP Morgan, right? They will saying that instead of the 7, 10, 12% of Standard & Poor's ROI yearly, we will have like 2-3% for several years. We're still having this pump in 2025. Market didn't stop. So what I believe is that the retracement will come, but now I'm not that convinced that it will be hard. I think that it will be maybe 10%, maximum 15%, Standard & Poor's 500 talking. And I believe that they will not let the market crash.
You know, it's really weird when we're talking about, we don't think they would let the markets. They would support. And it's somehow we're just summing up the fact that it is artificial. They won't let it happen, even if it should, even if it's healthy. And that brings me back also to a point where my husbands tell me, how come you're so into financial markets, such an expert, and then on your free time you watch soap opera, as you said. And to me, it's literally, there's so much in common. The stories that just need to pop up from somewhere to fill the gap of 100 episode. And there's something, I think it's common. Sometimes they need to support, they will not allow. And that's something also traders need to take into consideration. Sometimes someone is studying by the book, understanding if the company is doing well or not. And then the action of the stock has nothing to do with what the book told you.
And the people need to understand that we people who is in the financial market, we are not tellers. We are working with the information we have. So we saw after this pandemic, we saw Morgan Stanley on the bounce of 2023. Morgan Stanley, the chief of analysts, he went publicly saying, "Don't buy anything, sell everything. We're going to crash." And the investors lost all the bounce on 2023. And since now, you saw this. Then you have Michael Burry, the big short. He also got grown. He had to sell, close the short positions in losses. So me, myself, last year, I was thinking that I was having this conversation with you that we needed that retracement. We didn't add it. We had the small one, but we didn't add it. So financial markets are always changing. You have new information. And if you listen to these people, that big people, right, of the industry that got wrong,
the sane people.
Well, when you try to get deep, why they got wrong? Well, Federal Reserve made this beautiful magical window for the regional banks to save them, and that never happened before. So that was something new that no one was able to expect, because if they let the economy work as it should, you got a huge exposure, and when the retracement comes, you need to close. That's how economy goes. They didn't let the regional banks to go through that. So this was something that anyone was expecting. So a lot of analysts that were expecting the retracement were saying that if this episode or this magical window that they create to save the regional banks won't exist, we would have at that time this retracement.
Way more,
So then you start to think what else they can pull off from the magic hat to save the situation. And also, it's a very dangerous precedent, because they are doing a statement that they will not let anything happen to the market. Firstly, with the pandemic, which, okay, we agreed that they needed to push to do what they did. But then with this when they save the regional banks, it's like, guys, don't worry. Like if something happened,
Mess up, it's fine.
if we are expecting a 20% drop, don't worry, it will not happen. Like we will do something to solve it. And this is a very dangerous precedent because they can do it till they don't. So you need to be prepared and you need to understand what is going on in the market and why we didn't have this retracement, why these big guys from Wall Street that spend millions of dollars on research, like Morgan Stanley, they were expecting this drop so crazy, and why it didn't happen. So you need to understand all these facts to understand in the market that we are nowadays.
100%. Sometimes it's not black and white.
Yeah.
And actually, we're almost wrapping up, but I really wanted to take or understand your take on AI, not as part of the stock market, but as part of a financial trader, as a support, or as the full way to go into the financial markets through AI, algorithm trading. Do you think it's the future? Do you think we will no longer be part of the game?
I think AI is the future. Now, we will not be part of the game. I doubt it because of the nature of the market. Like, what is the market? The market is a place where investors needs to be able to bet on a company. That's how company get finance. So you bet on the growth of this company. So there needs to be a human touch, a buy and sell, in order for the market to continue functioning as we know it. If we get the AI involved, like if we get the AI just to trade algorithm, what will dictate the direction of anything? The machine learning. So it will be based on what? On the fair value. So if we have machine learning setting the price of the stocks in the fair value always,
they all have the same idea.
They will not move.
Good point.
So at the end, you need the human nature, and you need the non-prepared people for the prepared people to earn money. You need that nature in the market.
Yeah.
If you have all AI working one against each other,
they all reach the same conclusion and there's no movement in the market.
So to me, it's not a threat to the traders, but just we need to progressively get used to the AI. I think it's completely the future. I use AI every day as assistant for a lot of stuff. And people is afraid of AI, like I will lose my job. No, you just need to learn how to use it. And maybe you will be more valuable in your job. Like AI, I think is not coming to replace human beings in all the situations. It's coming to make the society grow much faster. I think that a growth, it's insane how we will start to grow. But just to wrap up, I ask to the people that be open and don't be afraid. Like when internet came, they say that the world will end, that everyone will lose the job, and now you have a lot of people working in the internet industry. Like
the biggest industry.
It's just a shift. Like you just need to be updated. You need to learn. You need to understand what's going on and just keep forward. There will always opportunities for everyone, but you need to stay focused on what's going on and not stay in the back, because if you stay in the back, you will lose.
Yes, but that's something you need to take into consideration. Jump into the new wave and try to benefit from it. Elie, thank you so much for being with us, for all the great insights, and also for everyone who's watching us. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you definitely next time, and stay tuned with Take the Win.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.